All right, well, welcome back. We have another amazing episode of Chit Chat Shop, and I'm super excited. Super excited. We have Alyse Hand here.
Thank you for saying my name.
Oh, I try.
That's awesome. No one says it right the first time, so I'm really impressed.
And I'm going to see if I can get your title right, because it's a long title. It's a long title. She is co-host and co-producer of Global News Morning.
You did it.
Yes! Awesome. Well, welcome to Chit Chat Shop.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. It's really strange being on this side
of the
fence, but this is really exciting. And I haven't been in your spot yet, Kitchen Door Catering. It is incredible out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Space.
Yeah, no, we're actually 1 year tomorrow, the date that we moved in. Yep. February 4th is the big anniversary. But yeah, no, we've really enjoyed the home for the last year, and we've got, big plans moving forward, but it's awesome. It's awesome to share. And did you get a full tour?
I didn't get the full tour.
I'll have to give you a full tour after.
I need that. But we also love having you guys on the show. I know you've been on Global News Morning many times, and we love having you on. And we had Andrew on the other day.
He was doing some nachos.
He made the best nachos ever. So.
Were you there to taste?
Well,
okay, so which one did you choose?
My favorite was the spring roll nachos.
Yeah, they're my favorite too.
The peanut sauce on them.
I know, so awesome.
And
crispy wonton chips.
The wonton chips. Oh my gosh, if you haven't had the wonton chips, you can buy them here, right?
Yeah. We'll give you a bag when you go.
So
yeah, totally.
Okay, because Paul got a bag last time. He get a bag.
Oh, battle! I see.
We fought.
Yeah. So, tell me your story. How did you get into
my story?
Global News Morning?
Well, it's been an interesting ride. I actually, about 12 years ago, I entered into the world of television.
Okay.
It wasn't something that I had kind of aspired to be my whole life, was be on TV. It wasn't that at all. It kind of just happened. I was a tour guide when I was a teenager.
Oh.
On the Harbor Hopper and on Theodore Tugboat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And it didn't really dawn on me at that time, but it was kind of subconscious, I think, as storytelling was really kind of a through line in my teens and into my early 20s, and it was a sudden decision to go to NSCC. I had gone and done the university thing, went to Acadia and went to Dal, and my family all have, my mom and my sister and my dad, they all have degrees and all went the university route, so you feel that pressure to do that as well, as the youngest in the family. But I went a little bit of a different route. I was a bit of the black sheep, and I ended up going down SCC, which I have no regrets. It was a great decision. Took the radio and TV arts program. And then there's a whole big story about how I ended up at Global. But bottom line is I ended up moving to PEI. I did my first stint in television at a little cable station called Eastlink TV.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a good 12, 13 years ago. And then I ended up at CTV after that. I did a little brief stint in film in the interim between Eastlink and CTV.
Okay.
Stayed for most of my 20s at CTV. I was there for about 9 years. And then I took a little break from television, went into public relations.
Oh, wow. You and I have a lot of similar. I went to PR at the Mount, and I did university degree, and then I ended up at a community college. Wow.
So it just, everyone's got their own path, right? And then I kind of, the Global thing happened about 5 or 6 months ago. A co-host position opened up. My good friend Andrea Dion used to host the show with Paul.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. Andrea, she's out west now doing her thing and having a great time. But something opened up there. I was asked to step in and take the job. I totally did not see it coming.
Really?
I thought I was at a TV.
Oh, wow.
But it happened, and when I found out Paul was still co-hosting and was still there, and I love Paul to death.
We love Paul. We're Paul fans here,
so
too.
Great. He's
Paul.
The best. Yeah, we're good buddies, and he's just a fantastic guy and a great dad and a great friend. And so we have just become great friends and great co-hosts together. And so here I am. I'm at Global, and now I'm on the Kitchen Door Catch.
Chit Chat Shop.
Chit Chat Shop.
That's exciting. And we have been trying to get Paul to come on. Paul, if you're watching this,
I know.
You're next.
He wants to. We were talking. He was really. I think he was a little bit jealous. I was coming on with you. He's like, why didn't I just accept and go? He said he will come on. So
part of the issue is that you have very early mornings, correct?
This is true, and I am also not a father or a mother or a parent to 2 very small children, which Paul is. So he is like his dad duties are full throttle. Yeah. So yes, we have to give him a little bit of a break.
A break. Yeah. Well, you guys have great energy. It's so fun to watch you guys. It's obvious that you guys really connect and have a lot of fun. Right?
It really is real. Like we are, I think, pretty much the same as we are on TV as off, and we just jive. He's a good old Newfoundland boy, and I got a little Newfoundland blood. I try to milk that for all it's worth. My mom's a Newfoundlander, so
Okay.
I think we connect on that level. And we're just, he's what could you not like him about?
I know, he's
just
awesome.
such a real awesome, fantastic dude. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're really excited. So before we end our little interview section,
Yes.
what's one thing that people don't know about you? Like, what's one surprising thing?
I think when a lot of people are surprised to find out that, like, as a little kid especially, and still now, like, I have a real adventurous side, and I'm really curious, and I think some people might look at me and go, oh, okay, she doesn't like to get her hands dirty or whatever. I, as like the biggest bug collector in my neighborhood when I was a kid, very proud of this fact. Me and my best friend, we would like just spend all day outside,
Collecting bugs.
woods in the backyard, and like I took it for granted as a kid having a wooded backyard and having forests to play in, and that was my jam when I was a kid. And my best friend Nick and I would go out and we'd collect bugs and just be outside all day. And I think I always will always have that in me, that
awesome.
Curiosity and that wanting to just like get my hands dirty. And sometimes I can't do that with the job I'm in now, but I try to, and I just love I'll try anything once, sort of thing.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I used to make mud pies when I was a kid, so I feel maybe that was my first sense of like I wanted to cook something.
Person, because that actually, people question this, but it says on my Twitter, I think it says former mud pie maker. I was like the queen of mud pies, and then a lot of people say, what are mud pies? I'm like, what are mud pies?
Please.
Yes, so you take the wet ground, the dirt, you make it into a little pie, and then you let the sun bake it.
Yes.
And then you have all these little mud pies on it. It was the best thing. As a
Besties.
kid growing up in Bedford.
Didn't know. Besties.
Yeah, that was the best.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
I have one thing I want to ask.
Okay.
I have one thing I want to add here. I know this. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be on. This is a new episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to be part of this.
You're going to be part of it. You're always part of it, Adam. Gosh.
We have all these like bloopers. Like there's all these things that say news bloopers, right? They say like, clips on YouTube of a zillion like people laughing, can't stop laughing, people falling.
I watched the best one.
Do you have a blooper that you could share that you can think of, or someone you work with even?
I have so many bloopers. Like in my first year of TV, I had so many bloopers. So think about like 13 years later, how many bloopers I have. I make mistakes all the time. I work in live television, and luckily, I think our viewers are pretty willing to kind
forgiving.
Yes, thank you, forgiving, able to let things slide, but. Oh, I've had everything from, I remember doing a hit with an anchor one time, and I was trying to talk about a bus route in Halifax that was no longer going to be running, and I somehow, the way it came out, it was like a rap. I was like, and the 80 is going to the and I started to almost rap the way that I said it, and I was like, I could never live it down.
They should turn that into a meme.
It could be a great meme. I can't even redo it. It was so embarrassing, but so genuine. I can't relive
But they're the
that
best
moment.
ones, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, bloopers. And then there was a lot of all the time people running in front of the camera, because I did weather for many years, right?
Yeah.
So constant of people, there must be at least 30 different times where someone forgot that we were live and would run in front of the camera. That happens all the time. In fact, I had a friend named Nathan, and we called him Hurricane Nathan because he used to, not in my time at CTV, just before I got there, but he used to always run in front. I think it was Peter Code at the time was doing the weather.
Oh, yeah.
And he would run in front, and there's that great freeze frame of him caught in the middle of the frame. And anyway, my buddy of mine, Nathan Myatt, if you're watching, and we call him, I still refer to him sometimes as Hurricane Nathan.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
There's so many bloopers, and I think I can't remember a lot of them because I almost try to erase them because some of them are so bad. But yeah, there's been lots.
Get through it.
Yeah.
Get through it. Well, we're going to get through to making some
Pasta.
homemade pasta with Chef Andrew. So we'll be right back.
And sous chef Alyse.
And sous chef Alyse.
Can't wait. I'm excited.
Alyse.
Close.
Close. Not there, but close.
Welcome to the cooking portion of the Chit Chat Chop. Today with Alyse, we're gonna make pasta con Alysia.
I love it! Pasta con Alysia.
Pasta con Alysia. My girlfriend thought I could speak French for years just because I can fake a French accent, and maybe she'll think I speak Italian now.
I was gonna say that's not French, Andrew. That's Italian. You caught yourself.
Yeah, I covered it.
You covered it.
So we are going to make a super simple pasta, but we're going to make it from scratch.
Because I just gotta cut in for 1 second. So
Yeah.
like this has been, I've made pasta on Global News Morning, but it goes so fast that I really didn't like absorb it. So I'm really gonna pay attention. This is my dream. So thank you for making this dream come true.
We make dreams come true here on Chit Chat Chop, so it is an absolute pleasure.
Okay.
And I've had a little practice. We have a pasta class here at Kitchen Door, so this is right out of our playbook.
Cool, love it.
Love it. So, what we're going to do first off, we got 2 cups of flour. This is just all-purpose, regular off-the-shelf flour. You don't necessarily need the type 00 flour that is like a very specific high-protein flour that a lot of people recommend for pastas. You don't
This is
necessarily
just like
need
your
it.
basic all-purpose.
Basic. You can make
Okay.
bread with it, you make pasta with it, whatever. So that's going to go.
Do I need to sift
right
it or
in
anything
there.
after?
No sifting,
Okay,
because we're
love
going to do a
it.
lot of manipulation with our hands for this.
I like getting my hands dirty, so you just let me know what you need.
Amazing. So, in the bowl we have our flour, a little pinch of salt because we got to season it.
Of course.
And then now, if you wouldn't mind making a little well in the middle, the key to this,
well.
we'll go right to the bottom. Perfect. We're going to crack our eggs right into that well.
Okay.
So, egg cracking. And
Egg
actually,
cracking.
you were about to do something I'd like to course correct people at home about. What was your instinct with that egg? On the edge of the bowl, exactly.
That's a no-no?
That's a no-no because statistically speaking, you're going to get eggshell in that egg more often if you crack it on the edge as opposed to a flat surface.
I more often have eggshell in my meal than I don't have eggshells in my meal.
Case in point, people.
You're right. So what
Case
do
in
I
point.
do to correct this?
So crack it on the
Right
flat
here.
surface right there. Perfect.
Woo!
But look, Adam, look. It's not. Oh!
Oh my goodness, did I just ruin our pasta session?
No, you just made great live Facebook right there. That's
Live TV.
Live
Lady
TV.
a towel, Andrew. Get the lady a towel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
Fresh towel always on
Never
hand in the
happened.
Kitchen Door kitchen.
We meant to do that.
Absolutely.
For the viewers at home.
Viewers at home.
Entertainment value. Okay.
All right, so let's do a synchronized egg crack.
Ready? Okay,
All
I
right.
went a little too hard that
So
time.
you can have this. Let's
As
do
long as I
it.
don't know my own strength. Okay.
All right, here. Let's make some room. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, not hard enough that time. 1, 2,
2.
3.
There we go.
That was so
No
hard.
eggshell. No
Yay!
eggshell. And I got mine in right here.
Redemption.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so
There we go.
There we go.
Bellissimo, as they say.
Fantastico.
Fantastico. All right.
Fantastico.
Fantastico.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry, Italy. Sorry.
Sorry, Italy.
We're
Okay.
trying. So, what you want to do
Yeah.
is slowly incorporate the flour into the egg. So
Am I
basically,
scrambling in a sense?
yes, so you're scrambling and then drawing the flour in as you go. Basically, you could do this all on a countertop, but I like to contain this first part of it to the bowl. That way, we don't have flour absolutely everywhere.
Because you know that would be the case if I was doing that.
I mean, as a guy who runs a pasta class fairly frequently, it is the most intense cleanup afterwards.
I bet.
There's a lot of flour in a lot of places you don't realize flour could be.
I'll be finding flour in strange places for the next few days. is what
Right?
you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, no, totally. That's going to happen.
So how am I doing here?
You're doing great. So it's all sort of coming together. But one little trick that I like to do with fresh pasta is actually add about a teaspoon of olive oil.
Nice. Okay.
And what this does, it actually gives you a little bit of flexibility, gives you a little bit of wiggle room, so it's not going to crack as easily, and it'll help actually with the supple nature of the dough. That's what you want. You want it to be nice and
Supple.
Do you
Supple.
know how to say supple in Italian?
Souple.
How did you know that?
I made it up.
It sounded very convincing. I like it. I'm
There's a
using
story
it.
I'll tell you some other time about the misuse of the word supple that I cannot repeat on Chit Chat Chop.
That's for our chit chat chop after dark.
And yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Let's just say be very careful with that word.
Oh, my imagination.
goodness.
Okay.
Back to the bowl.
Back to the bowl.
How am I doing here?
So this is perfect. So
Nice
now
and supple?
this is beautifully supple. Absolutely.
Okay.
Pliable even. So we're just gonna take our mix here, and now this is where we get a little messy. We're
Hands are
gonna
clean.
right out on the table,
This is my dream.
just like
right
this.
now.
All right, dreams
I
coming
just-
true. So now we got to bring it all together into a ball.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. There should be
Okay.
enough moisture there, and then we have to knead it for about 10-15 minutes. So,
What?
Adam, I hope you don't mind holding that camera for a while, because
serious?
See you
we're
later.
going to be really working that pasta.
What? Stop it. 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Exactly 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly, Fatty. Exactly.
Exactly.
All right.
But you can see it's a little dry and crumbly right now,
Yeah.
but if we continue to work that into...
Work it in.
Work it in. One of the things about pasta making that I find takes a while to get a feel for is there's a lot of nuance to it because the flour might be a little wetter than it normally is, depends on the humidity in the air. So the amount of moisture that you put into it, you kind of have to judge and play by hand. So right now you can see it's a little tough coming together.
It is.
That's actually fairly normal, and it'll work out. And what I like to do at this stage is I'll get a little bit of water because I find if you add just a pinch of water at a time, that could be just the amount that you need.
You don't want to go cray-cray.
You don't want to go cray-cray. So I'm literally going to put about a teaspoon on here of water, and that should just absorb the rest of that flour.
That's doing the trick.
Yeah. So when we do the pasta class, we actually, I like to show everybody how to roll the pasta, how to knead the pasta.
Okay.
And then after they've worked on it for about 10 or 15 minutes, I whip out the KitchenAid and show them how quick it is and easy it is to make it at home in their KitchenAid mixer using a dough hook.
No, but this is like the authentic Italian way.
Nona's not using her KitchenAid, you know what I'm saying?
No, not. And the Nona's watching tonight are going to be pretty impressed, I think.
I think so. And look at this dough. See, already it's coming together.
It is.
You're pulling in all these little bits of stray flour. And you're getting this uniform texture starting to form.
It's starting to happen.
Yeah, and you're doing the right thing too. And like I like to put my palm of my hand into it, and then you can really like smush it around.
Really get into it. Okay.
So what stage is doing right now is you're developing the gluten. So you can imagine like a lot of talk of gluten. What is gluten? Gluten's a protein, and basically on a microscopic level, it's all these little hooks, almost like Velcro. Okay. So you're hooking all these little hooks together, and you're forming this like gluten lattice, which gives the pasta its springiness. So all this manipulation, all this folding back and forth, it's letting the gluten get to know each other. But then after about 10 minutes or so, it's almost rock hard, and you can't do much more to it. And that's how you know you're good to go. And you just need to let that pasta rest for about a half hour. Then the gluten's all tired out, it chills out, and it's like, okay, cool.
I can feel it getting there, Andrew.
Yeah, look at it. Look how smooth your pasta is.
Oh my goodness, look at that through the magic of television.
Wow, that is so smooth, so supple.
So supple.
So good. But one thing we're looking for, Adam, come close. See, what you're looking for in a dough like this is if I push my thumb down, it bounces back. And that resilience is what you're looking for. That's that gluten network doing its business right there. It's
like magic.
Bouncing right back. Exactly.
Awesome.
That is magic. So now we are going to feed this through our pasta machine right over here.
So, okay, and I asked this to her, because I interviewed Terry from Mapatura, which amazing, a great restaurant in downtown Halifax. He knows everything about pasta, as do you. He had a very old school machine. I asked him, like, what do you recommend for purchasing, what do you call this again?
Well, this is an attachment for a KitchenAid mixer, which you can totally use.
Okay.
But then there's like hand crank versions you can buy for maybe $50, which are great, especially if you're doing pasta at home.
Okay.
It's a much lower investment than one of these things because you have to buy the mixer and then there's attachment.
Okay, so this is for the hardcore chefs like you, but someone like myself at home, just the hand crank.
Hand crank would be perfect.
Okay.
All right, we got our beautiful pasta dough. So next thing we have to do is just roll it out just a slight bit so it'll fit into our machine here. So we'll actually do it lengthwise.
Is this a giant candle?
It's a giant candle. It's a lot of things.
Okay, back to the roll.
What did I say?
Just roll it out?
Just roll it out. And we just want like a nice narrow end like right here so we can put it through the machine. So if you want to take a rolling pin and just give her like that.
Okay.
No.
It does. It has the consistency of wax. Like it feels
It
like
really does. It's so
light
smooth.
this bad boy up. Okay, here we go.
All right, perfect. And that's all it needs. So now I'm going to put a little bit of flour.
Is that good?
You're set.
I feel like you're just saying that because you're trying to be nice. Like it's not actually that good. Is it okay? Are you okay?
I get accused of that at home, and now I'm getting accused of that on Facebook Live. It's fine. It's perfect. It actually is really good.
Okay.
So check it out. One thing I want you to do, and this is what I like to teach people in our pasta classes.
Is this when you throw flour at it?
Yes. It's the flour flick. I sometimes call it the French flick because you see it all the time in French bakeries, but you just go sideways like that, and you gotta like. So just
see it.
I feel like I need to stand on your side.
It's the old pinch and flick. Yeah, you gotta wind up. Oh, see?
Oh, I almost hit the cameraman. Sorry, Adam.
There we go. Feel free to hit Adam. It's fine.
It's fine.
3D. All right.
3D.
Nailed it.
Okay.
All right, good. So we just have our lightly floured pasta here.
Yep.
And we're going to put it through our pasta roller. So cool. So we got to put our narrow end in first.
Don't get your fingers in there, Adam.
Oh,
Andrew.
Andrew. It's all good.
Wow, that is awesome.
So you see now, sometimes on the first roll, you get these edges that are a little bit rougher. You get
Yeah.
this. So what we want to do is actually we're going to make the machine knead our pasta just a little bit to actually
Make
work
it
that
work.
gluten just a little bit more. So I just folded it up here.
Okay.
We're going to hit it with the palm of the hand here, just to get it a little bit.
Do you want me to flick any flour on that?
I think we're good because I don't want it to
I'm
dry
happy
out
to
too much.
flick flour.
I mean, this empty table needs some flour on it if you want to just
Yeah, let's do it.
indulge. Perfect.
Perfect.
Great.
Here we go.
All right, so I'm going to make sure this works and I'm going to hand it over to you. How's that sound?
Ooh, hand it over to me.
Oh, look at that! Oh! Oh! I don't even know what I'm saying.
It happens all the time. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
See, already it's smoother. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, thing of beauty. All right.
Hey, Biddy, so let's switch it over, and what I'll do is...
Do you want me to fold it again?
No, actually, I think
No.
we're good. So you just put it straight down like
Because you
that.
can see the edges.
Yeah, the edges are nice and smooth now, so yeah, put it through that one more time. So we're just keeping it on number 1, which is our first setting,
Okay.
just to reinforce. And now we're gonna make it narrower as we go along now. So we're gonna set it to number 2. So we're gonna get narrower, we're gonna take it down to about a number 6.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, look at that. And look how smooth that is.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's a massive lasagna noodle.
Absolutely. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually, oops, why don't you
That
cut
was
this into
dangerous.
noodle lengths for me?
You're gonna trust me with this?
Yeah, of course.
Noodle length?
So
What the
how
heck's
long-
a noodle length?
Well, how long do you want your tag? How long do you want your tag to tell? You know,
I
you
like
wanna
an
look-
extra long. I want to have like a
Really twirly fork?
I was gonna say Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp moment. No,
What?
the horse and the
Lady and the Tramp.
The lady and the tramp.
Lady and the Tramp.
That kind of moment.
All right. So, I mean, imagine I'm the tramp and you're the lady, that's a good distance
Not
right
with
there.
you. Not with you.
Not with you. Not with you. And so-
I feel terrible. Okay.
she's waving the knife around like a boss. So I'm
I like how the real Alyse just came out. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
not with you.
we bring it all out on
Okay, back
Chit
to
Chat.
the tagliatelle.
All right, so why don't we do 2 cuts?
Go. There's one.
One.
And one right here.
Yep.
This other way. How's that?
That's great. So, same thing as we do with the other pasta. Want to feed it right through
Here
here?
through. This is where the magic happens,
Yep.
people.
You feed it and I'll catch it. Look at that!
That is awesome. Sorry, I started catching. I just
No,
got excited.
listen, you took over and that means you've got the instinct. You've got that
That's
pasta
great.
instinct.
That
That's what we're
Italian
looking
in
for.
me, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So do I lay it down
So
here?
now,
No?
what I like to do is like grab it in the middle, and then
Yeah.
you give it a little twist.
Oh my goodness.
And then you just lay down that little bundle
You're
like
really
that.
getting Italian on me up in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's great. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, and then you do the catch and the
This
twist.
one's really working. You hear that one?
Look at that one. That is textbook. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a call. Hello?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's Italy.
It's Italy.
Yeah. They said you did a great job.
Ciao bella.
Yeah. Ciao bella.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, Italy. I'll talk to you
Grazie.
soon. Okay.
Grazie,
Yeah.
grazie.
Yeah. Yes, I had a Nona. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, I screwed that up. No, Nona's not going to be impressed because I kind of, what did I do
Well, I
wrong?
hung up. She didn't know. It's all
Okay, but if she watches this, Andrew, what's going to happen?
good. Well, we're gonna have a conversation with Nona. Let's just do that last piece because I mean we got one more piece of pasta there. Let's roll that through.
You're just going to forget how terrible that looks. I love it. All right, on to the next one. Do I lay it down like that?
Can I be honest with you, Alyse?
Please do.
That was the second time I've ever folded the pasta that way. I made it look like it was really a thing. I think
You chefs do this all the time. I also pretend like I know what I'm doing every morning on
See?
television. So
I
we
mean,
do
I'm
each
taking a
other.
page out of your book. It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
Make it till you make it, right?
Exactly. All right, so now
right.
at this point, we've got our boiling water. So we need to drop our noodles in, and then we're going to set up a little frying pan to saute it all off. So
Nice.
tell you what, why don't you drop these two beautiful bundles.
And how long
into
are we
the
cooking
pot.
these for?
This is fresh pasta, so 2 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes. We're just going to taste it, and then we'll be all ready to go.
Great.
All right, so now take the pasta out of the water. It's been in there about 3 minutes,
Go.
and it's looking bellissimo.
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 It looks wonderful.
Olio al aglio. I don't know. I got to stop doing that.
That was rough.
That was rough. So anyway, we just didn't want the pasta to stick together. She's calling the shots right here. She's calling me out, and I like it.
But I would have bought it if you said it a little more convincingly.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
I just didn't commit. We're gonna make, we're making tagliatelle con Alysia, right?
Con Alysia.
Yeah. So we want to just get some nice cherry tomatoes in here. I want them to blister up. We got a hot pan. That's why we gave you the apron, right?
Did I sign a waiver before I started?
No, but when you do a class here, you have to sign a waiver for just this reason. We got our cherry tomatoes in there, and it's going to be a very quick cook, right? So we have some kale, so we're going to put this in here.
Okay.
And kale is one of my favorite greens to use in a situation like this because it gets so nutty. There's like a real delicious nutty flavor. So give that a stir around. I'm going to come behind you here and observe it. It's okay. A little bit of salt on there, a little bit of pepper, and we have our olive oil in the pan already. Okay. And now we also want.
Until this wilts. Is that pretty much?
Yeah, we want to wilt it and just crisp it just a tiny bit, but that'll do it. Because we have a fairly dry pan, there's maybe a tablespoon of olive oil in here.
Right.
And then we have that little bit on the pasta. Now we want to put about a teaspoon of garlic in there.
Look at that out in there.
And just want a little bit of oil on that garlic. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. The smells are really going to start happening now.
It's really smelling good now.
So nice. Where do you get that? Where's your that garlic puree you just put in there? Did you puree that yourself?
Yes, so we puree our own garlic here. Actually, if you ever buy sometimes at the grocery store they have the pre-peeled garlic cloves.
Yeah.
What I really like to do is take that and just hit it with a hand blender or a blender and a little bit of a neutral oil. And then you can put it in a jar with a little bit of oil on top in the fridge, and that'll keep a week, 2 weeks.
Oh, great tip.
And then it's great to have, and you don't have to chop it up all the time. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so we've got our kale, we've got our cherry tomatoes, we've got our garlic, and we have our starchy pasta water. So this is very key to a beautiful pasta. Save that water. So I got a little ladle here. It's got all that starch from the pasta, and this is going to be our sauce. So the starchy pasta water is reducing. It's already seasoned because we've got our salt in there, and then a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Say it again.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
I practiced that one.
That was really, I love that.
And see, in that hot starchy water, the cheese starts to break down, starts to make this smooth sauce.
That's really cool. I had no idea that's how you do that with the starchy water and the
Totally.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
It's close.
Say it again.
Parmigiano
Parmigiano
Reggiano.
Reggiano.
And you see that what helps with that is the roll up the rim contest that is frequently around here. You get to practice that a lot.
Hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, here we
All
go.
right, so we are at the point that this needs some noodles. Check that
Oh my
out.
gosh, you should be a chef.
I should.
You're
I've been
so
thinking about
good
going into
at
that. Maybe doing something like that. And then we need a little more Parmigiano.
Of course, all the Parmesan.
All the Parmesan. Look at that. Look what you made.
Well, I had a little help.
So we're going to take our pasta, get a good amount of it here, move it over to your plate.
Yeah.
Keep a good hand on your tongues because they can spring away at you.
Yeah, good tip.
Yeah, and then we just give it a little twist like that, so you get a little height. Another little bit. We'll take over here, give it a little twist like so.
Why am I so fascinated by pasta? I think I'm just so hungry that everything is fascinating.
You came with the exact right hunger level.
And excitement. I'm always excited about food, so.
Well, good. So there we go. We got our kale, we got our cherry tomatoes, and see how these tomatoes, they were blistered, and now they've sort of broken, they started to yield.
I gotta
they're
say,
liquid.
this is like my dream, but I'm not really a big into a lot of different things in my pasta. I kind of like a basic, very pasta el simple. And you know how the Italians say it?
Yeah.
This is kind of, this is my jam.
Well, why don't you try this out? Because I know you've been waiting.
I have been. Have you noticed? Have I been drooling? Okay, here we go.
Well, I mean, the dish is named after you for a reason, so.
One more time, what is this called?
Pasta con Alysia.
Oh my gosh. Such a nice ring to it. Okay. This is gonna be hot.
That's going to be a little warm. No pressure. Wait for it. She's thinking.
But seriously, that is delightful.
Yes!
That is so freaking good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I helped you.
And
make
easy.
it.
Yeah, you did.
And easy.
And easy.
So easy.
But it's
Well done.
well done.
Thank you. I can't believe that we made this from scratch too.
Anyway, Adam, I think that is pasta con Alysia on Chit Chat Shop. Thank you so much for coming.
Grazie.
And it's game time.
It is.
And it's not it's you guys are on the game.
What?
What?
Whoop!
Bring it.
What's going on now?
Fake news.
Fake news.
Unexpected. Oh, fake news.
Okay.
It's you and I, baby.
Ready?
Let's do it.
All right, welcome to Fake News. I am your host, Alyse Hand. So we have some headlines here. I'm going to do a little test with you first. I'm going to read out a headline. You're going to tell me if this is a true headline, if this is actually in the news, or if this is fake news, okay? So this is just a test
Okay.
to start.
Okay.
Here's your first one. Donald Trump clinches the presidency in major upset. True or fake news?
True.
Unfortunately, it's true.
Patty, well
It is
done.
true.
All right. True or fake news, Patty? Sexually frustrated dolphin forced the closure of a beach in France.
That's true. It's true. No, it is totally true.
I know that.
Because I read the news.
Well, I do
What
too.
news?
I also read the news, but I did not
It's
know
true.
that.
Yeah.
So
And
what
then
does it say?
spins around. I forget the story, but yeah.
A
No, that's
farmer
totally
was
true.
known to playfully swim alongside swimmers, but his behavior turned more intimate and in many cases dangerous over time.
Hold on. Are you saying he did that on purpose?
This just in, just getting word of this right now. Minnesota man saved every piece of gum he chewed for, what's that, Ron? 30 years. The huge ball of gum just sold for $25,000 on eBay. Is this false or is this true?
Okay, I think that the fact that he saved all his gum is true, but the fact that he sold it is false.
So you're going true or false?
I'm going false.
You gotta say fake news.
Fake news.
And he got it.
Boom! All tied up. All tied up.
Who's gonna buy that gum? Nobody's buying that gum.
Patty, judge rules 30-year-old must finally move out of his parents' house. True or fake news?
I think that's true.
Final answer?
Yeah.
And she gets it, folks! Even after 5 notices and an offer of cash to move out of his parents' home, Andrew Rotondo pulled a real-life failure to launch and refused to leave. So, his parents did what every loving mother and father at the end of their rope would do. They took him to court. Philippine students turn littered dog poo into bricks. Is this true or false news? Philippine students turn littered dog poo into bricks.
True.
And he's got it, folks.
Boom!
A group of secondary school students in the Philippines has found a way to convert poo from stray dogs into a mixture for bricks, aiming to rid city streets of excrement and potentially lower construction costs.
I know my shit.
Oh, nice.
Patty, this is the headline. True or false? Morning news reporter quits live on air, followed by burping the alphabet. She only made it to L before cutting to commercial. True or fake news?
I'm going to say fake news. It has to be.
You got it! That is false. Patty gets the point. What a way to go out, right? All right.
She's putting that back in the vault.
Husband shaves wife's head while she sleeps. Wife unimpressed. Is that a true headline? Or is that fake?
He's thinking about what if
Oh,
I
if I had, oh my God, you know, when you apply this to your own life.
She's unimpressed.
No. It's fake news because she would be livid.
What are we thinking? All right, and you are correct.
Woo, good job.
That is false.
Wife unimpressed.
Wife
Understatement of the year.
unimpressed. I'd say. All right. Man wakes up to find dog chewed his toes off. True or false?
It has to be false. Is it true?
It's true.
Oh my God.
And I'll tell you what happened. A dog owner whose foot was rotting away through infection woke up to find his pet dog had eaten it. He failed to notice his dog was chewing away as he was on painkillers. True.
Shut the front.
I'm glad we did the pasta part first.
Yeah, that'll get your appetite going. Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone not to take poison. Is that true or is that fake news?
That's great, true news.
That's it. You got it. They would like to take the opportunity to remind parents and caregivers that poisonings can be prevented. Patty, 2 elderly men sneak out of nursing home to attend heavy metal festival. Is that true or is that fake news?
That's true.
You got it. 2 men went missing from a nursing home and the families feel
Rock on,
worst.
dudes.
Those 2 men, longtime friends, I think one of them might have been Paul Brothers, were found having the time of their lives in like 50 years at a heavy metal festival in northern Germany.
4.
Here we go.
Oh.
This could be
Matchup.
pinpoint. Patty. Lady who plays the piano with only her feet legally changes name to Beethoven.
I'm gonna say false.
Yay! Congratulations. What do you win?
Woo-hoo-hoo! What do I win?
Pride.
The rest of my half-eaten pasta.
Well, that's a wrap. That is another episode of Chit Chat Chop. We're super excited you came on. That was
Thank
so much
you.
fun.
That was really
You guys
fun.
had a blast over
That
the
was really fun.
You should think about doing live TV because your puns are like almost Paul Brothers level.
Oh,
Coming for you, Paul.
Woo,
Watch out,
woo.
Paul. And Paul, you better be on this couch soon.
Yes, soon.
Setting the bar high.
Challenge.
Brothers, where art thou?
That's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
See you guys.